Welcome everyone, Costas Kivelos, founder of First Access Condos, and today I have the pleasure of sitting down with someone who I admire and respect when it comes to his vision and his creativity and the way he gets his things done. Cash Pashutin, founder of Emblem Developments. Welcome, Cash.
Thank you, Costas. It's good to be with you.
It's always a pleasure. The reason I enjoy speaking to Cash so much is Cash's company is what a development company should be. They go above and beyond for you, the investor, to find you the best locations in the areas that are up and coming, close to transit, and basically you check all the boxes. Now, when you decided to create Emblem Developments, tell everybody what was the driving force behind that, and then you can tell us about your background in finance and how you bring that expertise and success into the development world.
It's very exciting for us because I'm a very creative person and I love creativity, architecture, efficiency, creating that feeling when you walk into a space and you don't know why it feels special, but it does. And we're very passionate about that. And that is really combined with, like you said, my background in investment management. And really what that means is spending over 20 years day in and day out identifying investment opportunities. So Emblem is the product of those two sides of my brain and the team we have coming together. It's on the land acquisition side, it's to think with our investment management hat, which is to identify unique investment opportunities where the appreciation potential is significant. And then the buildings that we design to put on top of it is where our creativity is output. And you see that with our buildings where they look a little different, they feel a little different, and they stand out, and they stand out for the right reason.
And that's what we found. You had two extremely successful launches to start Emblem's career here in Toronto. One was Art Forum 1 last year, okay? Very close to Arte that we're going to speak of today in Mississauga, in the heart of Mississauga by Your Ontario and Dundas. And the second one was One Jarvis in Hamilton, which sold out over the course of one weekend. Yes, one weekend. Now, the reason your projects do so well is for everything that we just stated. But how do you pick these locations that enable the purchaser to make that much more money than projects that might be just a couple blocks away?
Yeah, so what we look for, Costas, is we look for what we call arbitrage. And arbitrage is really to compare the target site that we're considering to some sort of landmark close to it. And when we see the gap in price per square foot is just too wide, that's when we know that the target site has appreciation potential. So a lot of times, when we think about investing in pre-construction, we talk about how the area is going to grow, how it's going to grow. And that's absolutely a very important engine to drive returns, to make money. But the other engine that we combine, as well as the location growth, is trying to buy locations that are at a discount to what they're worth. And so anytime you can pay 85 cents on the dollar, over time that gets back to its true intrinsic value. So when we look at sites, whether it was Art Forum or One Jarvis, Arte, the variety of others we have in our pipeline, we look for that arbitrage where the gap is wide and our target site is poised for price appreciation. And we see that here with Arte residences as well.
And this is why a developer like Emblem goes above and beyond for you, the consumer. They're not complacent. They're new, they're hungry, and they have a 30-year plan. Every project that Emblem will build will be a stepping stone to the next, where other developers who we might know because they've become a household name just based on how long they've been in the business, they become complacent. And they don't go that extra mile like Emblem and Cash does to make sure they get the best area, price, and product to you. Now, when everybody talks about real estate, they talk about location, location, location. And when it comes to real estate in the GTA, one of the foundations behind that is accessibility to transit. Tell us how your next project, Arte, is close to transit, not just one, but multiple transit streams.
As developments came online, one of the real compelling points for buyers was how quickly can I access transit? The fact is that thesis is now sort of played itself out. It will continue to be important, but we believe the next level of appreciation and the next level of importance is not only is it close to transit, but it's how much choice do I have? And so Arte residences will have not only one major transit line accessible right to the building, but they will have two major transit lines accessible right to the building. And that's very important because not all users, not all homeowners will use the same line of transit depending on where they're going. So you will have the LRT going right through the building as well as the BRT. Steps away is both of these stations. When I say steps, you're talking about less than a 2-minute walk to access either the BRT and LRT right within the proximity of where you live. And then location, it's such an overused word, but the other side of it is we like to find locations where you're getting all of the amenities and access of a major downtown location, such as restaurants, shopping, employment, but at the same time, you're not right in the middle of it. Right, you're a few blocks away. So Arte will give you that. You will be able to access the best of the best at Square One, not only for what Square One is today, but everything that's happening there with new employment opportunities, new restaurants, new shopping, new entertainment. But you're far enough away, those few blocks, that when you're at home, it feels like you have something that's tranquil and relaxing and it's quiet and there are parks. But as soon as you want to turn it on, it's a few blocks away.
This is what I like to do. When I invest for myself and my clients, we have not just one transit route available to us, but we have multiple. And that's called diversification. And tell us a little bit about your experience in the financial sector and how you used to diversify portfolios and you translated that into the development world.
Yeah, when you look at, for example, the largest pools of capital that are out there, like the pension funds, and you look at what they invest in, they buy stocks, they buy bonds, but they also invest in a lot of alternatives, and real estate are a big part of that. So when we look at portfolios, for example, for myself or for our clients on the First Avenue side, diversification is very important, and diversification across different asset classes is also important. So again, investors have to do their due diligence, they have to work with professionals, but the idea of owning real estate and stocks and bonds as part of your overall portfolio makes a lot of sense. It's what we do for ourselves.
Now, we've talked about the why and the how behind Emblem Developments, and Cash touched a little bit on his financial background, which should give peace of mind to everybody that there is definitely a developer building these projects who not only has the know-how but the deep pockets to back it up. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this interview, and we're going to talk about Arte, the actual building. Tell us about this beautiful project on Dundas, just west of your Ontario.
So Arte will feature several of the design features that Emblem is being known for, having that timeless look and feel. Because when we design a building, and in fact, anything we do, we think long-term. We think 10, 20, 30 years out. But then you have to also complement that with a commitment to investing in quality materials. So Arte will have all of that. Floor to ceiling windows, no stucco used in the building. It will feature stone and brick on the exterior to complement the floor to ceiling windows. So really the best, highest quality materials will be used here on the outside and on the inside. And the building itself is really, again, going back to design, one thing we've done here and we've done with our last project, but you'll really see this in Arte when you look at the floor plans, the usability of every inch of square foot that you pay for as a buyer, you're going to get to use. We actually measure what percentage of each of our units is hallway space, because to us, that's wasted space. And so if you can minimize how much hallways you have in these units, what you end up finding is that users, buyers, are able to enjoy their units at a smaller square footage more than buying a larger, more expensive unit that hasn't been as efficiently laid out. So for us, being very design focused and being recognized for being a leader in design, right now Emblem has been nominated for 2 of the 3 prestigious design awards from Build for best floor plans, and we've brought all of that thinking to Arte as well. So you're going to notice very efficient floor plans, lots of amenity space, not only lots of amenity space, but we've taken the most important, most used interior amenities and we've replicated them outside as well, because we understand we just live in a day and age where being able to enjoy your experience outside as much as inside. So buyers will get access to outdoor fitness studio, outdoor private dining, outdoor co-working space with presentation screens built in, outdoor rooftop bar. So the living experience at Arte will truly be unique, unlike anything that's available in Mississauga right now, where you have exceptional design on the inside, well thought out, intentional spaces outside. You'll feel like you're able to access a variety of different experiences because of the way we've designed this building.
Cash Bashutin is at the helm of Emblem, but he's an active participant. You don't sit on the sidelines. You have your hands in all the cookie jars. And when we first met and I saw what type of personality similar to myself, I wanted to see how you could possibly find the time. But you've managed the system to do this in a very efficient way. And truly, every project you build, including Arte, will be where form meets function. I will call it the most efficient layouts in any projects we've seen come from Emblem. Every project you keep improving. Just when we thought you couldn't get better, you upstage yourself. And I guarantee you, Arte will be nothing but another representation of that.
Thank you. Arte will be our best floor plans released to date. Whether you're buying the smallest unit or the largest unit, the usability you're going to get is unmatched compared to any product out there. We're very excited to bring it to market. And of course, accessing a unit at pre-construction pricing will mean that you'll need to work with a platinum brokerage. And for us, and the relationship we've built with you, Costas, has been exceptional. You're very professional. Your team, your clients are always well looked after. And if you're interested in this project, contact Costas directly, as he will have direct access to pre-construction units and pricing.
Now at First Access Condos, everybody knows that we don't sell everything. We hand-pick the best projects for our clients across the GTA. Arte is one of the top 5 of the whole year, if not top 2 and best in Mississauga. Don't delay, contact us at info@firstaccesscondos.com and get your unit at a project that will be above all the rest. Thank you, Cash. Always a pleasure.
Great to see you.